And we start off with community news. Neighborhood Shop hosted a play showing the different forms of abuse that elderly adults may experience. Our BronxNet reporter, Jonathan Calixto, was there and brings us more details.
As part of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, Neighborhood Shop is showing the community how they can help break the silence.
The elder abuse is not really reported. We want to make sure that the community knows that, we're here to help. Our services are completely, free.
The goal was really just to bring out about more awareness as to what is happening.
Featuring skits highlighting different forms of abuse that elders may experience, for Ashley Carlos, outreach social worker at Neighborhood Shop and creator of the play, the goal was to start a conversation, something she noticed was already happening among the actors.
People were talking about their own experiences. They were talking about experiences of their friends who have gone through it. And this is the goal, right? The goal is to really bring more people to have a voice.
For the actors involved, programs and resources like this are essential.
And because we need to notify the seniors that they can get help, whether it's in English or in Spanish.
We're trying to do the best to show the people that we are doing good. We are senior, we are not old.
Breaking the silence in elder justice play is one of the many ways Neighborhood Shop looks to engage with the community. Reporting for BronxNet, Jonathan Calixto.
And thank you, Jonathan. In other news, friends, family, and colleagues gathered to honor the late police officer Richard Lopez with the street naming ceremony. Our BronxNet reporter, Brittany Schuyler Albane, was there and brings us the story.
In the Randall Avenue section of the Bronx, friends and family gathered to honor the late police officer Richard Lopez with a street naming ceremony.
This was a great way to exemplify that, to illustrate how great he was, and I think the turnout was awesome, and it just showed how important he was to this community and to this world.
Officer Lopez gave his life to serving, having served in both the U.S. Army and NYPD. In 2018, he passed away due to health complications from the time he spent saving others on 9/11.
As a student, walking home, and he was running to help folks at the Trade Center, and so he paid the ultimate price for that.
Looking back on the person Officer Lopez was, colleagues exchanged jokes and fond memories of selflessness, dedication, and love for salsa music, but are forever grateful to have crossed paths.
They came no better than him.
As Officer Lopez's sign is revealed, Councilmember Marjorie Velasquez encourages Bronxites to be better New Yorkers, look out for one another, and never forget the heroes who protect us on a daily basis.
Certainly it's a tough job, and the families and the friends, we got to stand by them and elevate them one after another.
To honor the life and legacy of the late Officer Richard Lopez, you can come check out his codenamed street right here near the Cross Bronx Expressway. Reporting for BronxNet, Brittany Schuyler Albane.
And thank you, Brittany. We're switching gears now, moving over to cultural news. Yafa Cultural Arts celebrated the 50th anniversary of hip-hop at the Sugar Hill Museum. Our BronxNet reporter, Kyrie Moody, brings us the details.
Yafa Cultural Arts celebrates the 50th anniversary of hip-hop at the Sugar Hill Museum. The exhibit dates all the way back to the African culture leading up to the age of Jay-Z.
So the name of this program is From the Jelly to Jay-Z, celebrating 50 years of hip-hop. So we're going to take you all the way back to the continent of Africa in tradition. We're starting with the drum call. We're starting with the traditional Salu Susu, who is from generation to generations. He is a family of the Jelly, of the oral historian, of the griot, and then we get right into it.
Self-Suffice, also known as the rap poet, has a passion for poetry and hip-hop. He combines both to create his artistry and captivate his audience. He even dropped a rap poem for us.
What I got going on is, I'm flowing on. I know I'm born to carry on what's going on before it was born. Before this time where hip-hop runs, they was doing it with the choral. So they had to give you the information but never bore you. That's when they had the jelly, the jolly, and the griot. Now you would call it an MC for the people.
Abby O'Doon is a member of The Last Poets. The Last Poets are several groups of poets and musicians who arose from the late 1960s African-American civil rights, black nationalism. The name was inspired by a revolutionary South African poet who believed he was in the last era of poetry before guns took over. Abby O'Doon tells us the vision of the last poet.
Our entire vision was to actually get black people to love themselves more. We wanted to de-niggerize black folks. In other words, eradicate the nigger, bring out the black person. That was our goal. So a lot of our poetry dealt with the fact that we've got this fraction in our community that's causing disunity, and we wanted to have unity.
To find out more about Yafa Cultural Arts, visit their website at www.yafaculturalarts.org. They have entertainment, art, and education all for you. Reported for BronxNet, I'm Kyrie Moody.
And thank you, Kyrie. That's all the time we have for our Bronx updates. We are taking a quick break, but we do have more open when we return.